Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores. I am ready to take you now.
Take me? Take me where?
Now, there's no need to be nervous.
Nervous? No. Just your appearance. It's a little intimidating.
Intimidating? Me? But I'm your friend. My name's Manny Calavera. I'm your new travel agent.
I don't want a new travel agent. I want to go home.
You can't go home, Celso. You're dead. But you're not alone. Everybody here is just as dead as you. That's why we call it the land of the dead. Are you ready for your big journey?
No. What journey?
The 4-year journey of the soul. It is quite a big trip. And I can't lie to you, Celso. It could be very, very dangerous. Unless you were to take that money you were buried with and buy a better travel package from us. I mean, wouldn't you rather cross the land of the dead in your own sports car? Maybe try a luxury ocean cruise? Or, if you led a very good life, you may even be eligible for a ticket on the number 9 itself.
The number 9?
That's our top-of-the-line express train. It shoots straight to the 9th underworld, the land of eternal rest, in 4 minutes instead of 4 years. But very few people qualify. Let's take a look at your records. Well, the bad news is the train appears to be just out of your reach, but I still got a couple of tricks up my sleeve here. Yaha! Yes, that's the ticket. The Excelsior line. Yes, she's a beauty. That compass and the handle will sure come in handy, too. Oh, you're going to have a great trip. Wish I was going.
Why don't you? You could give me a lift.
Oh, I can't leave here until I've worked off a little debt to the powers that be.
Community service, eh? Well, I guess there are some folks worse off than me.
Oh, I'll be leaving here soon enough. No thanks to dead and no commission low-life cases like yours, Menso.
Hey, Manny, the boss told me to tell you not to leave early tonight. He wants to talk to you about something when he gets back from his trip.
Tell Don not to worry. I'm not going anywhere. Especially not with clients like that. Where do they get these guys? They don't qualify for anything good, so I can't sell anything good. Can't work off my time, and I'm stuck. Stuck selling walking sticks to a bunch of burros for eternity. I need better clients. I need a real saint. I need a lead on a rich, dead saint. ¿Qué es esto? Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores. I am ready to take you now.
Take me? Take me where?
Now, there's no need to be nervous.
Nervous? No. Just your appearance. It's a little intimidating.
Intimidating? Me? But I'm your friend. My name's Manny Calavera. I'm your new travel agent.
I don't want a new travel agent. I want to go home.
You can't go home, Celso. You're dead. But you're not alone. Everybody here is just as dead as you. That's why we call it the land of the dead. Are you ready for your big journey?
No. What journey?
The 4-year journey of the soul. It is quite a big trip. And I can't lie to you, Celso. It could be very, very dangerous. Unless you were to take that money you were buried with and buy a better travel package from us. I mean, wouldn't you rather cross the land of the dead in your own sports car? Maybe try a luxury ocean cruise? Or, if you led a very good life, you may even be eligible for a ticket on the number 9 itself.
The number 9?
That's our top-of-the-line express train. It shoots straight to the 9th underworld, the land of eternal rest, in 4 minutes instead of 4 years. But very few people qualify. Let's take a look at your records. Well, the bad Bad news is the train appears to be just out of your reach, but I still got a couple of tricks up my sleeve here. Yaha! Yes, that's the ticket. The Excelsior line. Yes, she's a beauty. That compass in the handle will sure come in handy, too. Oh, you're going to have a great trip. Wish I was going.
Why don't you? You could give me a lift.
Oh, I can't leave here until I've worked off a little debt to the powers that be.
Community service, eh? Well, I guess there are some folks worse off than me.
Oh, I'll be leaving here soon enough. No thanks to dead and no commission low-life cases like yours, Menso.
Hey, Manny, the boss told me to tell you not to leave early tonight. He wants to talk to you about something when he gets back from his trip.
Tell Don not to worry. I'm not going anywhere. Especially not with clients like that. Where do they get these guys? They don't qualify for anything good, so I can't sell anything good. Can't work off my time, and I'm stuck. Stuck selling walking sticks to a bunch of burros for eternity. I need better clients. I need a real saint. I need a lead on a rich, dead saint. ¿Qué es esto?
I love pneumatic tubes. If you ever read articles about old New York, there's a lot of stuff about how the tube system was... There was an inter-building tube system, too.
Oh, really?
I don't know how that could possibly work. And the tubes were 16 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
And they would shoot pneumatic messages, like they'd push them between buildings. And none of those tubes are there, and they're thinking about like using them for fiber optics and stuff like that.
Looks like I got a message. It's some sort of special work order.
To all agents from Office Manager Don Copel.
All right, you boneheads, thank your lucky stars and get to your friggin' cars. We have a mass poisoning on our hands. Too many dead to assign specific cases, so all clients are first come, first serve. So let's see some hustle out there.
Whatever you say, Jefe. My scythe. I like to keep it next to where my heart used to be. It's some sort of special work order. My computer gives me instant access to our database of deadbeats. Here's Celso's file. That walking stick was too good for him. Here's Celso's file. The old files, the old clients, the glory days when people died with dignity and Domino Hurley didn't exist. I don't want to reread the old files. It'll just make me sad. Not picking that up. When people died with dignity and Domino Hurley did. This end cabin is where I hang my cloak. Nothing in there but my cloak. I'm gonna let it air out some more. Not picking that up. It's a deck of cards. Better take these cards. It looks like a long day of solitaire for me. I don't feel like pitching cards right now. My boss is always giving me these motivational sales books. They bought the farm, now sell them the cows. Stuff like that.
So this was actually the art test I took.
Oh.
I had to make this whole scene in a day.
Really? Yeah. No. Did they pay you for that? One day?
Barely.
Wow.
I was so scared.
How much did you get done?
I think almost all the geometry.
Oh. Wow.
In some cases, it used to be an overnight render.
Read them already. Didn't help. Read them already. Didn't help. This deck of cards is a little frayed around the edges. Then again, so am I. And I've got fewer suits. I keep meaning to mark these cards.
So this was the first scene in the game that we ever actually did with some test assets. So I had, this is when I was proving out, okay, yes, we can do this. There was this hallway scene. We had Manny running up and down. We had the security cam, kind of camera switching. We had text on the screen. We had animations. We had geolocation of the sound relative to the camera. The typing was down the hallway. And we had Manny running up and down. It was a really good test scene, and it kind of came to it at the very last second. Like, literally, I was compiling code as people ran in the room because I had a awful bug. But this was sort of like proof that, yes, we have all the elements to make this work. This was the first scene ever put together. And Manny, notice in this scene, Manny hardly ever clips behind anything, and that's partially because I didn't have the buffers working yet. But it was good enough that when people saw it, like, they were really impressed, and I was kind of surprised because I was like the new guy at LucasArts and was kind of half-assing my way through this and somehow made everybody really impressed. So I thought, at that point, I thought, okay, we can do this.
Domino's door is locked. Probably scared I'll steal one of his files. Not a bad idea, actually.
So, is there a reason that a lot of people who are in administrative positions of power have New York accents? Is that a
Everyone in the jazz era was from New York.
Well, yeah, that's true.
A lot of people don't know that.
Big Mr. Boss Man doesn't want to be disturbed today.
It's my boss's secretary, Ava.
It's my boss's whipping boy, Manny.
It's my boss's secretary.
It's my boss's whipping boy, Manny.
Buenos dias.
Manny, why aren't you at the poisoning?
What poisoning?
The Code 3 gazpacho poisoning that everybody's at but you. Why do I send out memos if nobody reads them?
Where was the poisoning again?
Just ask your driver, for crying out loud. He'll know.
I forget. Am I supposed to be somewhere right now?
Manny, do I have to explain your job to you again?
Yes.
Well, the Manuel Calavera that I know picks up people in the land of the living,
Dead people?
preferably, and he brings them here and tries valiantly to sell them the best travel package they qualify for. If he sells them enough premium packages, our hero will be free to leave the land of the dead. Until then, he and I are stuck here, having the same conversation over and over again for eternity.
What if we just skip town tonight? You and me, baby.
Well, thanks for the offer, but we'd never make it out of the city alive.
But
In one piece, I mean.
I bet I could get you out if I really tried.
Oh, Manny, look at you. You're a trapped soul and you don't even know it.
Why do some clients qualify for better travel packages?
They led good lives.
¿Qué traes? How do you define a good life?
Better than yours and mine.
So what did you do in life to get stuck here?
What I did back in the fat days is none of your business. You know the rules.
Well, enough about me. What's your job like?
Like babysitting, except I don't get to watch TV.
Just one more question about my job.
Manny, you know what to do. Stop playing dumb just to flirt with me.
Any messages for me?
Besides the one about the poisoning?
Yeah.
I only have one other message for you, Manny. I'm not your secretary. I don't take your messages. So get it through your thick skull and stop forwarding your phone to me.
All right. But that sounded more like 4 messages to me. In my heart, though, you're still my secretary.
Manny, what are you talking about? I was never your secretary, even when you were on top. I got one boss, same as you, Don Copel.
Come on, I know you work for another man besides Don.
What are you talking about?
I know you take memos for Hurley sometimes.
Ah, Manny, just beat it, will ya?
Busy as ever, I see.
I'd have more work to do if you had more clients.
Ouch. Where is everybody?
Oh, Manny, did you forget what day it is today?
Oh man, did I come in on Saturday again?
It's the Day of the Dead. Everybody's back in the land of the living, visiting their families like we should be.
Why aren't you visiting your family today?
Ah, the boss is here, so I gotta be here. How about you, Cal?
No one back there I want to see.
And you don't want Domino here alone, getting all the good leads.
Domino's here?
He's at the poisoning right now, stealing your commission.
So, you going to the Christmas party?
After the spectacle you made of yourself last year, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Any good gossip?
Well, I heard Domino got a raise.
Por favor, tell me some good news, why don't you?
I still love you.
You're all I really need, belleza.
Manny, if you don't mind, I've got a lot of filing here to do.
Right. I te watcho.
So, is there a reason? So,
my writing has changed a lot since this. Like I was really trying to write good dialogue here, which to me at the time meant a lot of like puns and like wordplay. Like this suit is just this deck of cards is a lot like me. It's ragged around the edges, but I've got more suits. And I forget what it is, but it was like everything had to be this kind of like bon mot.
well, that's kind of Chandler-esque too. I mean, you know.
But I think I ease off on it in Act 2. I think I just start writing or in Year 2, there's a lot more just normal talking, which I think I kind of like a little bit more now. I mean, it's fun to like have a crazy wordplay like that, but you can just kind of trip over yourself a lot too much if you focus on that, I think.
It's a hole punch. Could I take your hole punch?
Ha! I doubt you could take my half punch.
Mind if I use your hole punch?
Knock yourself out.
Thanks.
Gets the aggressions out, doesn't it?
Memos are for reading and throwing away, and not much else.
Manny, what are you doing?
Just marking cards, honey. I don't feel like pitching cards right now. Any more holes and it would fall apart.
You hear reverb on the steps, and you hear the reverb on his voice, and that was real time. It's his real-time reverb in a time when we never did that. We always pre-baked the files with reverb, and Jeff really had to fight for, I think it was like 5% of the CPU. But now anything that happens in this garage goes through that reverb. And like to modern game folks, audio people, it's just totally basic, no big deal. But back then it was such a big deal. And he really had to jump through hoops for it, and it's so great.
It's locked. Can't go through on foot. People have tried, but they never came back. Through there lies the Limbo Highway, and on the other side of that, the land of the living. Not picking that up. Can't go through on foot. People have tried, but they never came back. There are lights for wash, rinse, wax, and land of the living, depending on your destination. The driver demons operate this somehow, and the company won't tell a salesman how it works. Gotta keep us down somehow. Here's what I need. Wheels. Ooh, I might get hurt if I try to get one down by myself.
Mark Hamer, I remember animating that Glottis coming out, and he had to put this thing called the lattice on his butt. And he was like, "What are you working on, Mark?" I'm working on the Glottis butt lattice. And he was always like working on the Glottis butt lattice to like morph and squash and stretch his butt as it came out of the door. And so, 3 cheers to Mark Hamer and his Glottis butt lattice. Amazing work, still remembered to this day.
Hey, service!
Hey, who the... Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't expect... Sales agents usually don't come over to this part of the garage.
I'm Calavera. Manny Calavera.
My name's Glottis. I don't get many visitors. Hey, I got a message for a Mr. Calavera. Your driver said that Mr. Hurley said that he could have the rest of the day off.
Domino sent my driver home?
Yeah, wasn't that nice?
Glottis? Is that a German name?
Oh, no. My roots lie not in any earthly nation's soil. I am an elemental spirit summoned up from the land of the dead itself and given one purpose, one skill, one desire. To drive! Or to change oil and adjust timing belts if no driving jobs are open.
Nice hut.
Yeah, I wonder how nice it would seem to you if you were trapped in it all day like me.
If you hate your job, why don't you quit?
It's not just a job. It's what I was created to do. If I get any farther away from cars than this, I'll get sick and die. It's like I'm not happy unless I'm breathing in the thick, black, nauseating fumes.
Can't imagine. Hey, you a driver?
Me? Ha! No. I don't ride them. Just wrench them.
Looks like I need a new driver.
Oh! I would agree with that. Yes, you do.
You want to be my replacement driver?
Me? Oh, no. Sorry. Can't. Rules.
Come on, Glottis. I need you to be my driver.
No, I can't. I'm too big.
You're not too big. You're just right.
No, they told me again and again, I'm too big to drive.
You're not too big. You just have a self-image problem.
A what?
Repeat after me. I am not fat. I am thin. Women find me attractive.
Hey, I never said I was too fat for the ladies, just the cars. The ladies like me just fine.
Screw the rules. Come with me.
No, I don't want to get in trouble again. They said one more strike and I'm out.
Well, do you know anyone who can drive?
Everybody's gone. It's the Day of the Dead, you know.
Yeah, I know. You're not too big. The cars are just too small.
Yeah, those dang compact cars. Hey, that gives me an idea. I could alter your car just a bit with just a quick torch job to let out the seams, you know? But I'm not allowed to modify the cars without a work order from upstairs. I could lose my job.
A work order, huh?
Yeah. I can't torch anything bigger than a cigarette without one of these signed by the boss himself.
Hey, that's my line. Getting people to sign. Back in a snap.
Yeah, too small. I'm not too big. Everything around here is just too small.
That won't help it get signed. That won't help. I've got to get this work order signed. There's something big going on in there. Not picking that up. Not when there's a door.
Hey, Manny! Did you get that work order signed yet?
No. Can't we just do it without?
I told you I could lose my job! Manny, if I lose my job...
Hey, don't worry. Just go on back to work. I'll get that work order signed. Somehow. It's a tool cabinet. Not picking that up. It's locked.
Hey, Manny! Did you get that?
No.
I don't...
Hey, I'll get that work order signed. Somehow. It's locked. Ah, the old head of the department. Way before my time. I heard he was a total slave driver.
Savvy viewers will note that the lobby is based on a real building in San Francisco. Really? With Mexican architecture, or Mayan Deco architecture. 450 Sutter. Yeah, which is an actual building, which is the inspiration for the whole business. Yeah, San Francisco's kind of there's a lot of deco-ish stuff around town, and that was a big part of making this world look the way it looked.
Not that I have a choice, but I wonder if I'd be happier working on a ship. Then again, I'm so competitive, I wouldn't be able to relax until I was captain. Yeah, right. Not that I have a choice, but I wonder if I'd be happier working on a ship. Then again, I'm so competitive, I wouldn't be able to relax until I was captain. Let's see, where am I on this? Don Copal, Domino Hurley, Junior Sales Associates. That better not be me. It's attached pretty well. Let's see, where am I? Junior Sales Associates. That better not be me. Now this guy, I don't know who this guy is. I think he just paid for the lobby renovation. Yeah, right. Good afternoon. It's locked. There she is, the number 9. One of these days, I'm gonna ride her right on out of here. There she is, the number, don't think so.
that mural because it's the 3 ways of traveling in the land of the dead, the car, and the train, and the boat. There's no air travel in the land of the dead. No land of the dead airlines.
I remember the year they built that, mostly because it cost so much we didn't get bonuses that year. Tacaños. Yeah, right. I remember the year they built that. No parking. Client car pickup only. No parking. It's bolted down. Oh, I sold so many car travel packages when I was first starting out. When did I lose my edge? I left my tow truck back in my other suit. We can't operate cars. That's how they keep us from skipping town. I'm not walking on the free. The petrified forest Rubalcaba. Not really that far away, but to me they might as well be on the other side of the world. I shouldn't even be standing here. The petrified forest Rubalcaba. Not picking that up. I'm not walking on the freeway. I shouldn't even be standing here.
I think the camera choices in this game were actually pretty fantastic as well. I don't know who's responsible for that. Was it storyboarded or was that you, Pete? Or?
Yeah, probably a little bit. There's a lot of stuff got worked out ahead of time, certainly, and I mean because we didn't necessarily build full 360 3D worlds. Well, except for like the offices and stuff.
I don't like the way that eye is looking at me. Not picking that up. Hello? It looks like a rope, but it's really just a bunch of cheap ties tied together.
Can you imagine actually pulling yourself up a little chain of ties that are as long as the like?
Well, that's what's great about. And then I like the view down.
He's so calm about it too. He's like, chip. Many stories. I mean, part of it is, I guess, he probably won't die.
He's already dead.
He's already dead.
He's already dead. So it's really just.
And I was thinking, does he have the muscles to do that? Whereas, no, he doesn't have any muscles. He's just a living skeleton. How is he moving? He's magic. It's
spirit.
Soul.
It's
soul.
Animating. Yes.
It's huge. I can't open it. Bread of the dead. Since I really didn't get to celebrate the festival this year, I think I'm entitled to a little pan de muertos. I get crumbs all over. Looks like some sort of crafty mine. Those crates are completely blocking the sidewalk. What if there were a fire? I don't need the hernia. They're just full of party favors, and I'm not in the party mood. Hey, what's going down, clown?
Hey, back off, suit. I'm practicing.
Practicing what?
Wringing your neck. What does it look like?
Can I walk through your tent? I want to see the parade.
Well, walk through someone else's tent, all right? Do I look like a turnstile to you?
Some festival, huh?
Yeah, pretty busy. My carpal tunnel syndrome's really acting up.
But you don't have any tendons.
Yeah, well, you don't have a tongue, but that doesn't seem to shut you up now, does it? other one. Lousy, bony fingers.
You teach me how to do that?
Well, since you're a beginner, why don't you practice the first step?
Which is?
Blow.
Twist me up one of them, huh, fella?
Yeah. Twist this, all right?
Bet you can't do a cat.
Shows what you know, buddy. I can do anything. I can do birds, amphibians, famous poets. Go ahead. Name one.
Robert Frost.
Trying to stump me, eh? Ta-da!
I don't know why we chose Robert Frost for the balloon shape either.
Oh, that was genius
because
of the.
It would be hard to make Robert Frost.
Yes, and also because I think the whole implication is that the clown is way beyond his pay grade, and he has disdain for all those around him, and so he makes shapes that his lowly
I never
audience
even thought about that being testimony to the skills of the clown. I thought of it as being Manny being a smartass. Because he asked for it. He's like, oh yeah? Can you do Robert Frost? And then, of course, the clown does it.
But see, that's a Chandler thing, too, because the detective is always smarter than sort of the world that he's in. So he's teasing the clown.
So to speak.
Yeah, so to speak. Because he knows the clown knows what Robert Frost looks like.
Some of my finest work, don't you think, Sparky?
My kid. A dingo?
That's my specialty. Ta-da!
My kid wants another balloon animal.
Jeez, what now?
A dead worm.
Heck, that's easy. There's no limit on those.
That's not what balloons are for. My kid. Do you have any more dead worms back there?
Well, sure.
That's not what balloons are for. My kid. Okay, a cat.
No problem. Ta-da!
It's the loose end of the rope made of ties. It's pretty long, though.
The ties, when Manny later uses the ties to cross over to the roof, he wanted to be more like a little bit more, less adventure game and more sort of skill game, where you had to kind of, line up the ties and throw the lasso and hook it on the thing. And I'll be honest with you, that was technically not something I was prepared to do in any way, shape, or form. It was kind of all I could do to make the rest of the stuff work. So the ties and the beavers were, and actually the shocks on the tree were all supposed to be a little bit more dynamic than a lot of the canned stuff you typically have in an adventure game. We just couldn't do it.
Liked the music up on the ledge.
Me too. It's very Bernard Herrmann,
and it always made me feel like a little. Maybe it's because I actually have vertigo. A little more bit of vertigo or whatever. No, vertigo is not the thing,
that happens a lot in Vertigo, the movie Vertigo, like the
yes. Yeah, it probably comes from that.
Like that dreamy falling sensation.
Well, I'm a huge Bernard Herrmann fan. How can you not be? He's really he was the guy who really brought kind of a seriousness of classical music to scoring. I mean, the guys before him, there were great composers before him. They were a little more sort of kind of the entertaining aspect of orchestral music, and I think he was really very serious about it.
Boss has gone fishing. No use for it. Not picking that up. Looks like the boss has gone fishing. Aha. There's nobody in Domino's office. Not picking that up. Domino locks his window. Fear of pigeons, probably.
The computers in the game are, I think, where you can see Peter Chan's 12 Monkeys like influence, like Terry Gilliam mix of like, I don't know if you call it steampunk, but there's like a lot of analog big tube type things combined with Art Deco and old-fashioned typewriter keyboards.
Well, they had steam and punk in those days, right? But they didn't actually call it steampunk, right?
In the 90s, I think we might have had steampunk back then. Oh, yeah.
Jeez. See, I told you I was from the Mad Men era.
I'm so glad they made a show about you guys.
It looks like Don's rigged his computer to automatically answer his intercom. Not picking that up. I'll just change his auto response here.
Ah, cripe, Saber, just sign it yourself, will you? I'm busy!
This place is a mess. I would love to search Don's office right now, but I'm late for the poisoning. No time to ransack. Everybody's at the poisoning but me. To all employees of the Department of Death Bureau of Acquisitions, employees who have made their sales quotas are invited to take the Day of the Dead as a holiday, as long as they make up the time lost on the following weekend. Idiota. Don't need it. To all employees of as long as they make up the time lost on the following weekend. This place is a mess. I would love to search Don. No time to ransack. Everybody's at the poisoning but me. Memo from the desk of Don Copal. Hey! Work orders are assigned by my office and are not exchangeable among salesmen. Swapping, selling, and specially stealing work orders will result in severe disciplinary action. Memo from the desk of Don. Hey, swapping, selling, and specially stealing work orders will result in severe. I'll come back after the poisoning and search the whole room. Just thinking about Don's file system gives me a cold chill. I'll come back after the poisoning and search the whole room. I'll come back after the poisoning and search the whole room. More junk I don't have time to look through. I'll come back after the poisoning and search the whole room. I'll come back after the poisoning and search the whole room. More junk I don't have time to look through. Those are some ugly ties. I can't believe I climbed up that thing.
Elevator code.
Yeah.
Elevator code's the worst, man. Door code in general. Oh, there goes Dom.
So there was a door box that you would draw on the ground that would have data attached to it that would trigger the art and the.
Well, it's like the old like when you walk into a supermarket in the old days, they didn't have like an IR thing that was pointing at you. They had like a pad on the ground.
Yeah.
You would roll your cart or step on the pad on the ground, and it would automatically open the grocery store for you. And it's just like that. Like there's a little invisible box that you cross that triggers all that stuff.
And then all the fiddly bits of people step on the box, step off the box, step back on it while the doors are opening and closing, and those doors are broken for a long time.
What is that horrible squeaking noise you're making?
New shoes. You know, Copal's not really in his office.
Sweetheart, I know what you're up to.
Huh?
You're trying to get me away from my desk so you can link all my paper clips together again. Grow up, darling.
I can't find my driver.
Manny, you know what to do. Stop playing dumb just to flirt with me.
Well, I gotta go hit the bricks.
Okay, you show those bricks a lesson. Big Mr. Bossman doesn't want to be disturbed today.
I've gotta get this work order signed.
Oh, that's what's making that terrible noise. Oh, that's what's making that terrible noise.
Eva, I really need the boss to sign this work order.
I'll give it a shot. Mr. Copel, Mr. Calavera has something out here that he says he needs your signature on.
Ah, cripes, Ava, just sign it yourself, will you? I'm busy!
You'll have to excuse him, Manny. It's probably a really hard crossword puzzle he's got in there today.
Eva, I'm impressed. I had no idea you had this kind of power.
Well, we all have our secrets.
Hey, I look good in this, don't I?
Yeah, well, they say black is slimming.
I'm driving, yeah! I'm driving!
Por favor. I could have walked faster than this. Híjole, I'm gonna miss the poisoning.
the people look horrifying because of that. Have you ever seen that optical illusion where you take a picture of someone from a magazine, you cut rectangles out of their eyes and their mouth, and then you turn them upside down, and they just look like demons?
Oh, yeah, totally.
That's Land of the Living.
Yeah.
Bound only by the paper-thin wrapper of mortality, a soul here lies, struggling to be free, and so it shall, thanks to a bowl of bad gazpacho and a man named Calavera.
What is this crazy music? How did you get it all warp sounding?
Well, that's a great... See, remember that I used to, when I did all the themes for Grimm, I carried around a little handheld cassette, right? So I'd go for my hike in the hills in the morning, and I'd carry my little cassette with me, and if something popped in my head, I'd hum into it.
And it drops into a puddle?
Well, those cassettes, I don't know if you remember much about cassette technology, because, you know...
I remember cassettes.
You do?
I made some mixtapes.
They didn't always last, especially the little tiny ones didn't last for a super long time. So, you know, if you used it all the time, which I did to compose, the machine would, the mechanism would start to wear out, especially if it ran out low on batteries. So yeah, that was me sitting at the piano working on that theme for the Land of the Living, which I recorded on the little handheld cassette and then played it back with batteries that were running out and recorded
Super
that
neat.
into the digital system for
And
the
so
game.
that's awesome. Was that an accident at first? Or you just ran out of power at an earlier time writing something else?
You know, I can't remember. I think, it was an accident, but, you know, I kind of meant to do it too, you know.
I can't carry the whole package out of here. He's got to shuffle off his mortal coil. Then we can split. I can't use my bare hands. I'm a professional. I have to say, this food looks pretty good. I can't reap hamburger. Cows are a whole other bureau, not to mention the lettuce. In this world, all I can do is look, smell, and reap. Look at these poor saps. It's the fear of death that makes monsters of us all. Smiles as bright and wide as the blade on my scythe. Soon I'll be coming for them. Scaring the living is technically against the rules, but we all do it. Did I look like that when I was alive? If I scare them to death, then they'll become a customer, but I'll get nailed with a conflict of interest rap. Psst, it's me, Death. I'll see you soon, okay? I know you can't hear me, but try to feel what I'm about to say deep down in your soul. Don't eat the gazpacho. Fun's fun, but I've got work to do. Fun's fun, but I've got work to do. Can't take the living. They gotta go through channels. I don't want to mess up my blade. I don't want to mess up my blade. I don't want to mess up my blade.
Nice bathrobe.
But we offer several travel package upgrades if you care to.
Cut the yap. I want something cheap where I can get some rest, and that's it.
Ay, ay, ay.
You know, Manny, I could make this car a little faster if you wanted.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, slam the front into the weeds, tub the rear end, dual blowers popping out of the hood.
You'll get plenty of rest this way, Mr. Martinez, and you'll be safely padded by the foam created when these two chemicals mix, like this.
On second thought, I want to upgrade my package.
Sorry, Bruno, but you didn't qualify for anything better. But here, have this complimentary mug.
No, wait! Can't you find me something where I can move my legs?
You know I'd like to, Bruno, but my boss is a real hard-ass.
I gotta be a hard-ass when I got lazy sickle wavers like this jolly boy working for me. Manny, you couldn't find a sale at a yacht club.
I got a sale right here.
I'm talking premium sales, Calavera. Like the kind Domino makes.
How am I supposed to make premium sales with the scumbag clients you're sending me?
Hey! Now you're blaming the clients? I've had it with you, Manny. If you haven't bagged a premium before the next sales report comes in, you're out! Out on the street. No job. No way to work off your time. Just your fancy suit and your big smile and a whole lot of time to kill. Who you calling a scumbag? Why, I
I'm sick of waiting around for a good lead. Like it's gonna fly in here tied to a brick. It's time to take one. Missed a great poisoning.
Yeah, and you missed a great client. Domino came back from there with a nun.
Híjole, I got a tiny little man with a mean temper and no commission.
Well, at least you don't work for one. Manny, if you don't mind, I've got a lot of filing here to do.
Right. I te watcho.
Manny.
Right. I te watcho.
Big Mr. Bossman doesn't want to be disturbed today.
It's Domino Hurley, the sweatiest man in the office.
You gotta sweat this cell, Callie, and you know it.
How is he sweating without skin? It's so inaccurate. Try to get it really accurate with the punching. You know, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. I think that's how you do it.
Oh, is left.
Well, you don't just do 1, 2, 1, 2 with the speedball.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it looks better.
In my boxing history.
My grandpa used to have a boxing bag in his basement. He showed me how it worked once.
It's Domino Hurley.
You gotta sweat this cell, Callie, and you know it.
Well, at least you're not hitting the bottle anymore.
Hey, Callie, how you doing?
So, how'd you make out of the poisoning?
Well, let's just say that Sister Calabaza has a secret passion for trains.
You got a nun?
Hail Mary.
And you sold her a ticket on the number 9 train.
Choo-choo, little buddy. Say, how'd you score?
I got 2 nuns, actually.
Hey, that reminds me of this really funny joke.
Heard it. I want to punch you in the mouth.
Oh, no, not the Christmas party all over again.
What happened at the Christmas party?
Blacked out on the whole thing, huh? Maybe you should switch to lemonade, kid.
I want to ask you a question.
Shoot, slugger.
Is it hard to kiss up to the boss so much when you got no lips?
Hey, I got all the lip I need. I get it from you.
Can I have one of your clients?
Sure, Cal. Just as soon as I get one I think you could handle.
I can handle anything you got, especially if that's your best right jab. Why do you get all the good clients?
You're asking the wrong guy. You should be taking a good long look at the man in the mirror.
No thanks. I don't enjoy that the same way you do. What did you do to get this job?
You mean what's my secret to success?
No, I mean how did you screw up and get stuck here at the DOD? What sin did you commit and how long are you gonna have to work here to pay it off?
Well, I could easily ask the same question of you.
But I don't know the answer. I still don't know what I've done.
Well, how convenient. Then neither do I.
I want to tell you something.
Good. Go on and let it all out, Manny. There's no reason for you to be afraid of me.
You know, this used to be my office.
Yeah, I know. I found your name on some comic books in the desk.
I want my office back.
Don't worry, you'll have years and years to enjoy it after I get promoted out and you're still here.
I think you're up to something.
Yeah, I'm up to about 4 premium sales this week.
I think we should team up. Be partners.
Oh, Manny, I would, but I'm too intimidated. I could never be partners with someone who was so much more of a man than me.
Oh, come on. I've seen your wife. Well, you sound pretty out of breath, so I'm gonna blow.
Always a pleasure, Cal.
So there's a scene here. So there's the wine bottle there on the side, or sorry, the bourbon bottle, and there's the taking a slug of his booze, and that was actually like we had lots of math problems early in the game where we were lining up camera angles, like you mentioned, and these camera angles, if we had it off between the real time and the pre-render stuff, things got kind of messy, and so that was one of the first scenes we had where Manny, as one character, goes and interacts with another item in the scene, and it also has to be placed very precisely in the scene because it has to appear to be on the shelf. And it was really difficult to coordinate. You know, he has to walk to exactly the right spot, line up to perform his animation. The cup has its own animation of flying through the air to his mouth. There's all these weird ways we handled it. I think we changed that later to handle it better, so that the cup was actually attached and we'd swap it in. But you know, blank out the one that was on the shelf, put in the one that was in his hand. Like a magic trick, but originally that was something we used to test it out and make it work, and I remember spending days on that and just being worried like, oh man, we're never going to get this to align perfectly between 2D and 3D.
That's some premium looking scotch.
Have some, Manny, just so you don't forget what premium tastes like.
Desk drawers? I don't have desk drawers.
Yeah, I remember something about the mural. This would be the mural in what's that guy's name? The Nemesis office.
Domino.
The mural on the ceiling of Domino's office is there was something. I think maybe that angle wasn't planned or something in the game, and then whoever did the textures for that room put this crazy mural on there, and so it was like, oh, we have to show the mural. We have to get that up there. I remember there was some sort of fiasco around that mural.
Usually it's the other way around. Yeah. Usually artists put a bunch of beautiful work into something, and then someone turns the camera the other way and doesn't show it.
Right, exactly.
Hey, get out of there, Calavera. Hey, get out of there, Calavera.
No messages in Dom's fancy red tube. He's got a lock on it. I can't believe he doesn't trust me. Not picking that up. Hey, Dom. What's your screensaver password?
Get away from my computer, Manny.
Not portable. Hey, Dom.
Get away.
Manny, if you don't mind.
Right. I te watch you. I should close Bruno's record before the black marks burn into my screen. I should close. It's locked. This sign says, I'm at the junkyard. Woo! Not when there's a door. It's locked. Not picking that up. It's a tool cabinet. It's locked.
You and your fancy suits and your nose holes way up in the air, sticking your empty beer bottles down the message tubes. How fancy is that? Huh? Don't you boys upstairs realize the tube switcher is a sophisticated and delicate piece of machinery?
Huh?
You think you're better than me?
No.
Good.
For those who enjoy no-hassle travel.
Down in QA, we got on the project way, way earlier than we ever had on any other project, and we would play the game with the concept art on the screen. But Manny was modeled and done and lit. Or, well, maybe he wasn't lit, I don't know, but he would zoom around the concept art, and it was all black and white. And that's why it was...
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah.
One of the chemicals for our packing material comes out of there. One of the chemicals for our packing material comes out of there. Ugh, that smell. It's a lump of our packing foam. It's a deflated balloon. This balloon is filled with a light chemical. This balloon is filled with a light chemical. It's the sophisticated and delicate hub of all communications here in the Department of Death. As a rule, I never touch anything more sophisticated and delicate than myself. Not picking that up.
You know, the games we make nowadays, we try to keep them real time, and the environments will come in the tens of thousands of polygons probably, but or at least under 100, I would say, at least at the Telltale Studio. But here, I think we're almost unlimited, unless it crashed the machines all the time.
Yes, it was unlimited, and it was like trying to render it on your iPhone.
Well, remember, he modeled like every single nut and bolt everywhere.
That's what it was.
That's what, and they were all high res.
Yeah, I was about to say a certain amount of this was us not knowing, and us not being efficient about where we, how we set everything.
As an animator, when you opened one of these environments to animate in, you had to basically throw everything away, except for the one thing that, that Manny touches or walks next to or something.
The wheel won't turn and the door won't budge. That wheel should open it, not picking that up. fire system. Do not touch.
Manny,
Right. I te watcho. Look out below. That doesn't sound good. There's no air pressure. Server must be down.
server's down again.
What else is new?
Manny, if you...
Right. I te watcho. Hey, Hurl. Yeah. Well, you sound pretty out of... like it's not set.
This line that he says a lot actually comes from the old IT guy at LucasArts. Where we say, "Hey, the server's down." He goes, "The server's not down. It's never down. You just can't get to it right now." Like or something.
Our cheerful communications maintenance staff is on the job. It's the wheel on the door. The wheel won't budge. Not picking that up. I've just locked an open door. Strange, yet symbolically compelling. Hi, I'm not getting any messages. Is the server down?
This is their idea of a joke? They think it's funny? I'd like to jam their tubes with packing material. See how they like that?
So you're saying the server is down, is that it?
The server is not down. It's never down. It's just temporarily unavailable while I'm doing some maintenance, that's all.
Who would do a terrible thing like this?
It's those punks in the mailroom. They think this baby is going to put them out of a job. And they're right.
So how long is it going to be down?
With a job like this, you can never tell. Probably hours.
Or until no one's around to see you sneak out, eh?
Whichever comes first.
Can I squeeze in there just for a sec?
Are you kidding? This is a highly secured area. No one's allowed in here who ain't me.
What's so special about you?
I, sir, am an elemental spirit, summoned from the land of the dead itself.
Yeah, let me guess. You were given one purpose, one skill, one desire. Fixing pneumatic tube switchers.
No, I was created to run the elevators, but they put in those dang motion detectors and put me out of work.
You I really think it's clean enough.
Oh, it's clean enough to run, all right. I'm just fiddling around to be safe. You know, gotta cover my ass.
Yes, you do. Just curious, how'd you get in there?
I squeezed down one of these tubes like a pixie. How do you think I got in here? Through the door, just like you. Say, chatty Cathy, I got a lot of tubes to flush here.
Hey, me too. I'll let you go.
Not again! You trying to blow this joint sky high? That's a magnesium compound fire extinguisher! Spray that on this packing foam and we'll both be riding the giant Roman candle out of here!
What? Why would they put something so dangerous in here?
I guess they didn't expect this room to be full of hazardous waste! For government work.
As a rule, I never touch any. Not picking that up. That red tube looks familiar. Not picking that up. It's locked. It's locked. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. This car's full of holes. Mercedes Colomar, client number 9308, blah, 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 died of chickenpox, time of death, yada, yada, yada. Aha! Positive attributes. Volunteered time reading stories to dying children. That's good. That's really good. I think you're it, Mercedes Colomar. I think you're the one for me. Gladys, are you loco? What got into you? That was a company car.
Oh, yeah! And it's even better company now! I'm in!
Buenos días.
You're not the nurse?
No?
You're not here to give me my medication?
No, but I am here to ease your pain.
Guess they couldn't save me, huh?
No, but there's still a chance you could save me.
That's a lot of responsibility, Mr. Calavera. What makes you think I've been all that good?
Miss Colomar.
Meche, please.
Meche. I can see it in your face and in your file here, where it says you're entitled to a first-class ticket to... nowhere? What?
Did I do something wrong?
Not according to your bio. It was spotless. At least the part I read was.
I'm not sure I like the implication, Mr. Calavera.
The only implication here is that I'm fired.
Is it something I did?
Are you sure you're Mercedes Colomar?
Yes. Would you like to see my birthmark?
Sure. Where is it?
It's wherever you guys put my skin.
Anything about your past you haven't told me?
Quite a bit, considering I've told you nothing.
Did you kill much when you were alive?
Very little.
Never killed anybody?
I have to confess, I never killed anybody.
Not even a teensy bit of killing?
Maybe I just wasn't trying hard enough.
Were you a big shoplifter?
Well, they accused me of it once.
Really?
But it wasn't my fault. That puppy followed me out of the store.
Oh. Mean to animals?
Oh no, I love animals. Once, when I was volunteering at an animal shelter,
Just stop right there. Ever cheated on your taxes?
I've never paid taxes in my life.
Aha.
I've never made enough money to be taxed. You know, it's mostly been all volunteer work.
Uh-huh. Ever cheated on your husband?
Mr. Calavera, there's no ring on my finger.
There's no skin on it either.
I guess you'll just have to trust me then.
Litter?
Oh, Manny, is that the best you can do?
Work with me, Meche. Give me some dirt.
Well, I could do something bad right now if that would help.
Wouldn't count. Sorry, I give up.
Don't say that, Manny.
Excuse me, but I have to go straighten this mess out.
Sorry to be so much trouble, Mr. Calavera.
It's no trouble, but please, call me Manny. My message tube is full of nothing, as usual. I just don't understand it. Why can't I find anything good for Meche? I just don't understand. Why can't... She looks fine to me. I'm still on the case, Meche, but I haven't found anything for you yet.
Maybe I'm not the woman you were hoping for.
This is one of the scenes where we had Tony and Maria Canals in working together, and they're both from Cuba, and they both had worked together before they were cast in Grimm. So it was kind of fun to get the two of them together again and play off of each other, which is, of course, the way you'd like to do any game.
I'm sorry I let you down, Manny.
Domino's door is locked.
Hey, Funny Bones! In my office! Now! You vandalized company property in order to obtain secret information so you could take your illegally modified company car and your unregistered driver and run Domino here off the road! All in order to steal a client from her legitimate agent!
There's nothing legitimate about this place. You give all the good clients to Domino.
Manny, now I'm embarrassed for you.
You've embarrassed the whole office. I'm going to call the woman in here so you can apologize to her yourself. Ava, send in Ms. Colomar, please.
She left about 15 minutes ago, sir. She said she had a long walk ahead of her and she wanted to get started.
Walking? She had a ticket on the number 9. Why does she think she has to walk?
That's the best package I could find for her.
Now you see why I give all the good clients to Domino. That woman was a saint and a shoo-in for a double-end ticket that she's not going to get because you just couldn't find it. And now, because of your little stunt, she's out there, on her own, walking by herself through the petrified forest, facing the demons of the underworld, alone and unprotected. This is her reward after a lifetime of hardship and public service? Her destiny stolen by some overreaching salesman looking for a fat commission he didn't deserve! Get in there and stay put until the boys downtown tell us what they want done with you. Someone's gonna take the fall for this, Calavera, and it ain't gonna be me!
I didn't realize how weird it was that he gets locked into a room by his boss, which I don't think is legal. But
you know, back in the 30s, you could do all kinds of stuff. You know, rubber hoses for cops and so on. You know, I mean, it was just 50 years after the Old West.
Well, that's weird to think about.
Yeah.
It looks like it dispenses something called Philodent. Ooh, ick. It came out like soft serve ice cream, but judging by the smell, I think it's auto body filler. It stays here. I don't see anyone out there. Not picking that up. Doesn't open. Hey! Is anybody out there?
So, Manuel, have you thought about what you have done?
Who's out there?
I'm you, or rather, I was you, years ago.
Yeah, well, I'm me now, so get lost. Get me out of here.
The only way out, Manuel, is to be taken back in. If you are truly still loyal to this company, declare it loudly. The management might hear and stick you right back in their fold.
Yeah? Well, I got something they can stick in their fold.
You have to try harder than that, Manuel. A man's loyalties decide his destiny.
Look, I did what I had to do. So what?
You have to try harder than that, Manuel. A man's loyalties decide his destiny.
I ain't saying nothing until my lawyer gets here.
Lawyer? Oh, Manny, that is quite humorous.
Hey, guard!
How's my little Count of Monte Cristo?
No, really. Who are you?
I'm a fellow prisoner, my friend.
Maybe, but your cell's a lot bigger than mine, jailmate. What are they gonna do to me?
I don't want to alarm you, Agent Calavera, but have you ever seen a man sprouted?
No, I don't go to those parties anymore.
Then you don't know. There's nothing more horrible than the bite of the sprouter. Its deadly stinger spreads a green disease through every calcified pore on your body, leaving you veined with roots and flocked with grass, steadily growing thicker and thicker until you crash and bloom out in a horrifying bouquet of pain and fragrant suffering, screaming until your mouth fills with petals and your nostrils shoot out thorny stems, and the bulbs sprout in your eyes, leaving you nothing but a patch of wild flowers on the ground swarming with butterflies.
Are you done?
Yes.
No, I've never seen that. Tell me that sprouting story.
It's not a bit. There's nothing more. Its deadly stinger spreads a green disease, leaving you steadily growing thicker and in a horrifying bouquet of screaming until your mouth fills with, and the bulb leaving you nothing but a patch of...
I love that story. Open the door for me, amigo.
If you are still loyal,
lay down and roll over and bark the company fight song. I know. The DOD runs a crooked game, and I intend to prove it.
You would do that? That could cause this agency a lot of trouble.
I'm gonna blow the lid off this place.
Young man, you are an enemy of the Department of Death. Welcome to the club. Salvador Limones and guest.
Where are you taking me?
To the headquarters of the LSA.
LSA?
The Lost Souls Alliance. We're a small group, Manuel. We're always looking for new soldiers.
To do what exactly?
We need help in our intelligence unit. You know Eva, of course.
Manny?
I was once a Reaper like yourself, Manuel. But I uncovered a web of corruption in our beloved Department of Death. I have reason to believe that the Bureau of Acquisitions is cheating the very souls it was chartered to serve. I think someone is robbing these poor, naive souls of their rightful destinies, leaving them no option but to march on a treacherous trail of tears, unprotected and alone, like babies, Manuel, like babies.
What's your evidence?
That's where you come in, Manuel. Or should I call you Agent Calavera?
Manny suits me fine. I'm not looking to join any military organization, Sal. I just want my job back so I can work off my time and get out of this dump.
Well, you won't even be able to get out of this city without my help. Which means, of course, you won't be able to find that woman and you'll never get your job back. When you're ready to join the cause, Manuel, come talk to me. We might be of some use to each other.